students. I'm Madam Joyce from Educare TZ. I'm teaching biology, and today I'll be with you to discuss our topic, which is gaseous exchange and respiration. And here we are going to discuss our subtopic, which is the gaseous exchange in a plant. This one, it is very simple subtopic and very short subtopic compared to all of the subtopic which are found in the gaseous exchange and respiration. So now let's discuss about gaseous exchange in plants. So pia kunatokea na gaseous exchange, kunakuwa na gaseous exchange ambayo inatokea kwenye plant. Je, gaseous exchange inatokea kwenye plant inakuwaje? Na inatokea vipi? Na inatokea sehemu gani ya plant? So now let's see in a way. So we are saying that plants obtain oxygen and carbon dioxide mainly through their leaves. So the leaf it just act as a respiratory organ, ambapo sasa ile oxygen ina tend to live through the leaves and carbon dioxide ina enter through the leaves. Tuseme kwamba kwenye normal sense, kwenye human, kwa mfano tunasema human they just use the lungs. Sasa lungs ambazo zipo kwenye plant ni leaves. And now we are saying that they also use lenticels, raise the poles found in the stem of their wood plant for exchanging minutes amount of gases. Pia, apart from the leaves, pia they have another part which is responsible for exchanging gas, and this part it is known as lenticels. Lenticels. Hii lenticels they're just small pits which are found or the small holes which are found within the stem, kwenye shina la mti ambao ni tunaongelea hapa wood plant. All of the wood plant they have the lenticels. So the lenticel, or within the lenticel is where now the carbon dioxide and the oxygen they are exchanged in that place. But the exchanging of the gases through the lenticel is just a minute amount of gas. Kiwango kidogo sana cha oxygen na carbon dioxide kinaweza kikabi exchange kwenye hii lenticel ambayo inapatikana kwenye stem of a plant. So they require oxygen for respiration and carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Pia most of the plant they require the presence of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Kwa maana kwamba you can ask yourself, kwa nini mmea inahitaji the presence of oxygen? Oxygen ambayo inahitajika kwa plant for the process which is known as respiration. You know that respiration is just a process that aim to provide the energy that is in form of ATP to a living body. So now here you can see it requires oxygen for the process of respiration, but also it requires the presence of carbon dioxide in order to accomplish the process which is the photosynthesis. Since the process which is photosynthesis, it demands the presence of carbon dioxide. And also these gases diffuse into the intercellular spaces of the leaf through the stomatopores, which are normally found on the underside of the leaf, and the gases diffuse into the cells that requires them. We're going to see that in the figure 6.8. So what does that mean? Here we have said that the gases they just diffuse into the intercellular spaces of a leaf through a stomatopore. Hizo gesi zote oxygen pamoja na carbon dioxide zinaingia kupitia hii part ambayo inaitwa stomatopores. So hizi stomatopores ndio ambazo zinasaidia kwenye exchange ya hizo gases, are normally found in other side of the leaf cell, and the gases diffuse into the cells that require them. So now let's see this figure. This shows the internal structure of a leaf position on the stomato for the gaseous exchange. So this one is the structure of a leaf. Leaf ukienda kuobserve kwenye microscope ndipo ambapo utaiona ipo kwenye hii way. Kwa maana kwamba tukianzia kudiscuss kuanzia kwenye pati ya juu kabisa ya leaf, hapa ndipo ambapo kunakuwa na ile wax cuticle. Kwa maana kwamba unakuta kuna baadhi ya majani ukitoa kunakuwa na kiganda laini sana, so kile kinaitwa waxy cuticle, kinazuia maji yasitoke kwa wingi sana ndani ya plant, so it prevent transpiration rate within the plant. But also, apart from the waxy cuticle, there is presence of the upper epidermis. You can see this one, it is upper epidermis. And apart from the upper epidermis, we have lower epidermis ambayo iko huku chini. And after the upper epidermis, there is a presence of a pericyde mesophyll. This one, pericyde mesophyll, it is very important for a plant for its use. But apart from the pericyde mesophyll, there is presence of spongy mesophyll. And in this place you can see this one, it is just air spaces. Hii ni sehemu ambapo hewa inaweza ikapita kwenda kwenye plant. And this one, it is vascular bundle containing xylem and the phloem. Kwa kwenye leaf always there is a presence of the vesicular bundles, and when we talk about the vesicular bundle, we are talking about the xylem and the phloem. So now you can see this one, it is lower epidermis, but this one, it is a guard cells with the chloroplast, and this one, it is the stoma. If it is singular, it is known as the stoma. So if it is plural, it is known as the stomata. So here you can see in the stomata or in the stoma, it is whereby it is just a intercellular space ambapo sasa ina allow the exchange of carbon dioxide and the oxygen. Unaweza ukaona hapa carbon dioxide inaingia kwenye leaf, lakini pia at the same pore is whereby you can see the oxygen, they tend to leave the plant. So now there is importance of knowing the leaf for the exchange of the carbon dioxide and the oxygen. So in order for the exchange of carbon dioxide and the oxygen within a plant, there must be the presence of a leaf, whereby within the leaf is whereby you can find the stomata. These guard cells, they are found within the stomata. Ndizo ambazo zina regulate opening and closing of a stomata. These one are the guard cells within the stomata. They are found within that place. So now let's discuss on the lenticels. That is, we are saying that the lenticel is just a porous tissue consisting of a cell with a large intercellular spaces in the periderm of the secondary thickening organ, the back of a woody stem, and the root of the dicotyledon flowering plants. Let's say tumesema ni pores ambazo pia zinahusika kwenye exchange of the gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen. Lakini hizi lenticels tumesema zinapatikana in most of the woody plant. Tukiongelea woody plant tunamaanisha kwamba ile mimea yote ambayo inaweza kutoa vao ndiyo ambayo inakuwa na hizi lenticels, ambapo zinahusika kwa upana zaidi kwenye exchange of gas. Lakini hapa tumeona kwamba hizi lenticels almost they are found in the back of a wood, kwenye yale magamba ya mti, and also in the stem, and also it can be found in the roots of dicotyledon. Most of the dicotyledon, I hope you know what are the dicotyledon. In the classification there we have already discussed about it. So those dicotyledon roots of most flowering plant is whereby you can find the presence of lenticel, and those lenticel, they are responsible of exchanging the gases, that is carbon dioxide and the oxygen gases. And those pores of the porous, they are just found in the back of a wood stem or in the root of the dicotyledon flowering plant. But also there is a presence of a stomata, like a stomata. Kwa hiyo sasa ile lenticel inafanya kazi sawa na stomata, ambapo the stomata is function as a pores that provide a pathway for the direct exchange of gases between the internal tissues and the atmosphere. Tumeona zile tissues ambazo zinapatikana within the plant body. And here we have said that the main function of the stomata is just it acts as a pathway whereby gases now are exchanged in that region, kwa maana kwamba gases zina be exchange kwenye hiyo pati ambayo inaitwa stomata. So just a stomata, it acts as a lenticel, or it is just a pore whereby it helps or it emphasizes the process of the gaseous exchange to occur within the plant body. So my student, for more clarification on the stomata and how does it involved in the process of gaseous exchange in a plant, and how does that process it is occurring within the plant, I would like to invite you into the next part of this session so that we can have clear or common understanding on how does a gaseous exchange in a plant it takes place in a good way. And thank you for your time and for listening.